over the world for near a century and a half, children and grown-ups alike have enjoyed Professor Clement Clarke Moore's poem, The Night Before Christmas, or as he called it, A Visit from St. Nicholas. This is the musical story of that poem and how it came to be. One wintry day in New York City, which was then only a small town, not the great city it is today, Dr. Moore's family and their cook Gretchen were preparing for Christmas. They were making taffy and candies, while the little dog eagerly tried to get some of it for himself. Listen to their activity in a song about making candy and goodies for the holiday season, Savory Serenade.
Savors smells of cooking, wonderful bread a-baking round. A whiff of yeast is to say the least, like perfume through the town. Savors smells of baking, cookies and cakes and juicy pies. Cinnamon spice and apples are nice, and worthy of a prize. Savors smells of candy, chocolates by the score. From days early light until late at night, my nose keeps sniffing for more. Savors and smells of candy, taffy and chocolates by the score. From days early light until late at night, my nose keeps sniffing for more.
Meanwhile, Professor Moore had to visit a nearby town for a few days to deliver a lecture, but he promised to be home before Christmas. Before he left, he asked his children what they wanted him to bring them for Christmas. Charity, his daughter, especially wanted a book or story about St. Nicholas. When Professor Moore had left, Peter, the Moore's handyman, went into the woods for a Christmas tree. With the dog trailing right along, he went deep into the snowy woods and found the perfect tree to take home. Wintertime is a song about Peter's trip into the winter and cold and snow.
Wintertime, snowflake time, swirling all around. From the sky, bright diamonds fly and softly touch the ground. Wintertime, big boot time, crunching through the snow. Frozen toes and cold nipped nose and cheeks a rosy glow. Cold winds blow, icicles grow on every frosty leaf. Oh, there must be a perfect tree for the little ones to dream. Wintertime, Christmas time, time of joy and cheer. And I pray its spirit may stay with us all the year. Cold winds blow, icicles grow on every frosty limb. Oh, there must be a perfect tree for the little ones to dream. Wintertime, Christmas time, time of joy and cheer. And I pray its spirit may stay with us all the year.
Setting up the tree ready for decorating took all evening. It was bedtime for the children. But little Charity felt miserable. She was beginning to catch a cold, but her mother thought she might be better in the morning. And while the children are being put to bed, we hear the song Lullaby Time.
Lullaby time, sleepy lullaby time, blossoms not drowsy head. Each rose and daisy, ever so lazy, dream deep in flower
morning, Charity felt worse, so Mrs. Moore called Dr. Sawyer. At the same time all this was going on, Professor Moore was giving his lecture. When it was over, he went out to buy the children the presents he had promised, but he could not find a book or story about St. Nicholas. The store owner said none had ever been written. So Professor Moore bought Charity a music box instead. But Charity was now very ill. Mrs. Moore sent Peter to find Professor Moore and bring him home right away. The sleigh simply flew home. When Professor Moore arrived, he found Charity too ill to be interested in the music box. All she wanted was a story about St. Nicholas, and there was no such story. Finally, Professor Moore decided to write a story himself, and he did. In a little while, he read to Charity the poem he called A Visit from St. Nicholas. You will hear the poem Charity's father read to her, the one we know as The Night Before Christmas, telling about Santa's reindeer and all the rest.
The night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their wee little beds. just settle down for a long winter's night. Well, now the no longer of such a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window, I feel like a flash. Tore open the shutters, threw open the sash. Then what to my wondering I should appear but a miniature sleigh and a tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick that I knew right away that it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his horses they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. No Dasher, no Dancer, no Prancer, no Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, dash away, dash away, dash away, dash away, oh. So up to the housetops the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys.
And St. Nicholas too.
And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof all the clattering noise.
Of each galloping hoof.
All bundled in fur from his head to his foot, his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. I drew in my head and was turning around when down the chimney he came with a frown. A bag full of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a little old beggar just opening his sack.
His eyes, how they twinkled so gay. His dimples, how merry were they.
His cheeks were like roses when kissed by the sun.
His nose like a cherry, all wrinkled with fun. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow.
The beard on his chin was as white as the snow.
The stump of a little old pipe he held tight in his teeth.
And the smoke went around and around and around his head like a wreath.
Oh, he was so jolly and plump,
saw him in spite of myself.
He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly.
He gave me a wink of his eye and a twist of his head, a chuckle and a smile. I knew all the while I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work. He filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying a finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team, gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, and he drove out of sight. Merry Christmas to all and to all. Good night.
Charity liked the poem so much that she felt better, and when Christmas Day came, she was well enough to enjoy it with all the rest of the family.
'Tis the morning of Christmas, and all through the house not a creature is sleeping, not even a mouse. The presents are there by the fireplace, I know, where St. Nicholas left them a short time ago. The stockings are filled up with candy and ducklings and toys, just waiting for dear little girls and for good little boys. All through with his work, Santa puts on his cap. He's ready at last for a long winter's nap. He whispers again as he blows out the light, Merry Christmas to all and to all.
We hope you will enjoy your Christmas too, and we hope you enjoyed the music and the story of the night before Christmas as much as Charity did.